Hello and welcome. The following is my third visit with my speech pathologist following my glottoplasty surgery. I've made a lot of progress, but there's still a fair amount of practice to go, mostly just to get used to the voice and to also to exercise it in its new configuration. I hope the following is useful to you. Hey!
I'm sorry, it was crazy. I'm all my PPE. I'm really sorry I'm so late. I just have so many questions for my patient. So.
Okay.
I apologize. How are you?
I'm doing pretty great.
You sound good.
Yeah, my voice is starting to get a little bit better, and it's a little bit more easily controlled, for sure. It still cuts out on me a lot, like it just gets tired fast, but
yeah,
volume is still difficult.
What's difficult?
I can't really do volume.
Yeah, that is definitely the hardest part, I would say. But it'll get better. I think the stamina and the volume are the things that kind of slowly build up.
Yeah.
And it can be hard to get, the same amount of volume as you had before, just because you're working with less.
Yeah, well, volume was always a problem for me.
Oh, even before?
Always, yeah. Since I was a little kid.
Okay, so you've always been kind of
Quiet.
You've been more soft-spoken, or you just have a hard time getting loud?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that something that you want to change, or like?
Well, I need to get a little bit better. According to my stepmother, I was better for a while. Then it went away.
Better in what sense? The volume part?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess when I was married.
When you were married, it still wasn't.
It was better, I guess she said, when I was married, but I don't know. I guess because then I had someone to talk to all the time.
Well, I think it also depends on, like, the work you do and the general environment. Like, I find, like, teachers or coaches, like, those kind of people are generally loud.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Having to project or talk over noise, and there's not really, like, I don't think there's a reason to be loud just for the
Sure, yeah. Well, and I was just always on a computer. I was always just sitting at a computer by myself, so.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Not much need.
No.
Yeah. So it's getting a little more consistent.
Yeah, it is.
It sounds clearer too, like less of that raspiness.
Right, yeah. I think the main thing too is I just need to remember to focus on it too. Like if I talk without thinking, then it gets kind of into this low monotone that's difficult to understand and doesn't sound very good.
It's not very good. Okay. Do you think that happens when you're like talking for longer? Like if you're kind of having more elaborate thoughts?
Yeah, I think so. Also, if I'm talking about certain things, yeah, it changes it. More like thinking about the past.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So there's kind of like a psychological
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you been doing the exercises? How's that been going?
It's pretty It's going well. It's not difficult. It doesn't feel. I don't feel like any, sense of effort doing them.
Okay, that's good. I'm trying to see what was the last thing I sent to you. Oh, the different, like, voiced and voiceless sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
The phonemes, or what was it? Breathy phonemes.
Mm-hmm. And then some of the stuff with the straw.
Yeah.
What are you typically doing now, daily? Like a little bit of each, or do you change it up? Are you
I've been doing more of the breathy sounds lately.
Okay. And then, are you feeling any, like, effort or tension when you're doing the exercises?
No.
No. Okay. Good. Okay. Well, let's do a little bit of warm up.
Okay.
Do I want to do the, like, siren sound, like the?
Yeah, that's what we started off with. So it'd be like sing. So then I usually have a break on the going up there, and I've tried to work around that. So sing. It worked that time. So
Yeah, I was like, that sounded really good.
yeah.
That's very smooth. Okay. Let's do a couple more of those just to,
Sure.
Warm up.
Sing. Sing.
And try doing ones just a little bit less volume.
Okay.
So kind of keeping it fairly quiet.
Sing.
Okay. And one more time.
So a bit more crackly. Sing.
Okay. And now back to the normal volume.
Sing.
Okay. Great. And then let's do some of those voiceless to voice sounds next. So
Okay.
we'll just do. We'll just start with inhale in and then exhale on a and this next time transition from the S to the Z. Good. One more time. Good. Now, and I want you to try a Z that's a little bit higher. How does that feel compared to the other one?
Not too bad. Not much difference, really.
Not much different? Okay.
Yeah.
So not like more effortful.
Just the tiniest bit.
The tiniest bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's do the X on the exhale. And then again. One more time. Good. And this next time we'll transition it to a V. And one more time in just a little bit higher pitch. Good. One more time. Good. How'd that feel?
That felt okay. There's a little more effort at the higher pitch, but not too bad.
Okay.
I feel like I need more practice there too. Like, you know, despite the fact that I've had the surgery, I need to get in the habit of using the higher pitch muscles at the same time, so it actually works.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you just sort of do like default, it's higher than it used to be, where you just kind of naturally sit now, but maybe still a little bit lower than where you want to be ultimately.
It's lower than where I want to be, and actually it just doesn't work very well with like the way the configuration is now.
Yeah.
So I find when I do try to pitch it up to be higher, like when I'm talking to you right now, then it actually works a lot better.
And it sounds like when you're doing your siren and kind of moving through your range, like there's a lot of clarity in that higher.
Yeah, it is. I just need to exercise that, I think.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's do one more of the sound. Like, let's do the sound. So. Good. One more. Good. That feel okay?
Yeah.
And I'm asking that after every time.
No, it's fine. I do need a little bit more practice. I mean, there's a little bit more effort there, but it's not that bad. It's also just I'm holding the same frequency for a while too, which is more difficult than just say talking.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay, let's try a little bit of humming. So just. And try going a little bit higher. The first one you did, the second to last, I should say, was around 300, which is pretty high. But it did seem like there was good clarity there. How was it was effort level?
It was easy, actually.
Okay. Because it might be the case actually that staying in that kind of lower, almost like default pitch now is less efficient and clear.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I just have to get in the habit of trying to access that. Like,
yeah.
I find actually,
whole new thing.
Yeah, if I try to speak at volume too, it's actually easier for me to access the higher frequencies. So, just because it's more the resonant pitch of my vocal cords now.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So let's do the hum again. I don't know if you have your pitch at, but if you aim for around that 300 mark, that seemed to be where it was pretty...
Let me see. Let me turn it on. $450. I mean, $350 wasn't that hard either.
I think $350 might be too high of a target.
Right.
Kind of the baseline. Just because of thinking of like if you want to inflect up from there, not that you probably can, but it might start to sound a little
squeaky.
Yeah.
I've already been sounding squeaky, so I can understand that.
And, you know, like, I've had patients that they really want that super, like, feminine, super high voice. But I just think
No, I don't want it that high.
Super high, it can be limiting in a sense of, like, well, how much volume you can get, but also just, yeah, it's aesthetics, right? So it's like really...
You're right. No, it is aesthetics, but I don't really want to go above 300, honestly, unless I'm singing something that requires it. And I can see here now, when I was talking to you, I was going down like to 150. So, you know, I think around 200 to 250, that's a really good range to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, what if you do the hum and try to aim for 250? How does that? Let's see what that sounds like. I think that sounds really good.
Yeah, that's fine. That's so much easier to do now than it used to be.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah. Indeed.
No, that's great. That was the goal. Try humming, doing kind of like we were doing in the beginning, just a repetitive to kind of like try to practice finding that pitch. And try maybe a little bit less rapid, just a
That was just above 250.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 255, 258.
Okay. Okay, now let's try adding some vowels. So,
Excuse me. Me, me. Yeah, it starts lower and then it automatically goes up.
So, you're gonna me versus me.
Me. Me. Me. Me. Me.
Okay, how's that all feeling?
Not too bad.
Okay.
There's a little bit of effort, but it's not terrible.
Okay. And there's a little bit of kind of pitch wavering.
Yeah, which I'm not controlling that. It's just doing that.
Yeah.
I can start at 250 and then it immediately goes up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's again part of this whole healing process. Okay, let me just try. What if you do a ooh, ooh at that 250 mark?
Ooh, 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 ooh,
Okay. Ooh versus the humming. What feels better, and does one feel easier to like control that pitch and stability than the other, or are they like pretty similar?
pretty similar. The ooh is maybe just the tiniest bit easier. Yeah.
Okay. Let's. Is that on your side like a bird or something?
Yes.
Like wow, wow. Okay.
There's a bird and there's the wind. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can tell the wind, but the bird, like on this side, is that, am I saying that? That's right, all the nature sounds.
Yeah, I'm out in nature.
I kind of love the sound of like a tent flapping in the wind. It's very soothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll stay with the O's for now, because you were kind of doing that, the straw bubble, and then the ooze, well, the ooh into the straw. And then we can, I'm trying to find where, the wow, did we do that before?
I think we did. Yeah.
Okay. So let's do the ooh. We'll try it 5 times, trying to be in that like 250 range. And just hold out and think about kind of pursed lips like you are blowing through a straw, but keeping the sound straight forward.
Ooh. 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 Okay.
And can you do
one,
good?
one,
Wow.
wow, wow, wee, wee.
Are you trying to make the
I'm not controlling that. It's just happening.
Just happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. We'll maybe shorten it a little bit.
Will. Will.
Uh-huh.
What? What? What?
Okay. Well.
Well. Well.
Warm.
Still very crackly. Well. Well.
Try warm.
Warm. Warm.
Good. And try which one?
Which one? Where to? Where to?
Good. Why me?
Why me?
One time.
One time.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Whip it up.
Whip it up.
Would you?
Would you?
Warm weather.
Warm weather.
What happened there? Just kind of went up.
Yeah, I was tightening it. Warm weather.
White wallet.
White wallet.
And you're starting higher now than you were before. Just
Yeah,
FYI. Okay.
not intentionally.
Yeah.
It's just happening.
I kind of, yeah, okay, let's finish these little phrases here. Try wander away.
Wander away.
Which one?
Which one?
Waterfall.
Waterfall.
Wait for me.
Wait for me.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to get like hyper focused on like this is the pitch where you should be, because part of it will just be kind of like playing around and seeing where your voice wants to sit and what sounds the best and is most comfortable, because that's going to be kind of the new normal, and I think it's still settling into what it's going to be, but I think it's a good idea to kind of practice being in that higher register, like higher meaning like really anything above 200.
Yeah.
And maybe trying to avoid, as you're practicing, like starting out much higher than 250 as the starting point, because if you're inflecting up from there and you start at like nearly 300, it's gonna get tough.
Yeah. Well, I noticed you were starting around like 220 or so, and that seems like a good spot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so my 250, like, ooh, okay, no, that's right, yeah. 250 is a little higher than where I'm talking normally, but, yeah.
Oh, when you're talking, it's more down like 180, 200, and then it's fluctuating up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely something I need to practice.
Yeah, I think, like, we're kind of moving out of the phase where it's really inconsistent as far as, like, getting a voice out, and it's getting less breathy. So that's
Yeah.
good, and now just kind of trying to train practicing at those higher pitches of your range.
Yeah.
So I think that will be the next focus. And thinking about 250, but also kind of like seeing where it wants to be. Like when you first start out, after you do some of the like voice list and voice sounds is like a warm up, and start the ooze, just kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna go higher, and just see where it lands without you having a target. And kind of like play around and let that inform where you settle it, whether it's like 220 or 250 or what that might be.
Yeah.
And then kind of go from there. I anticipate that it's just going to keep getting smoother and smoother.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it already is, so, and I'm sure the more I practice it, the better it will be.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of that would just be helpful to, be using it more. So, working on that.
Yes. There was one of my colleagues forwarded this to me. There's a woman in Richmond that's doing like essentially like a group open free class for essentially like voice therapy for transgender patients. I can forward you that information and you could attend. I mean, it'll kind of going over similar techniques, but it also could be a good place to practice or have a chance to talk to other people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of my patients play games online where they sort of practice with their voice because it's kind of a lower stake situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's just I just talk with my friends right now and my parents. That's about it.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting experience too. Like I really hated when my voice changed through first puberty, and it didn't change back through second puberty. So this is my chance. It's cracking again.
Yeah, it's like, but you've always wanted to go to puberty.
Oh man, yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
But it's worth the effort.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure that feeling of like not opening your mouth and not being sure what's going to come out is a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah. No, it's better than the hormonal side.
What?
It's a lot better than the hormonal side.
Yes. Yes. I just went to a talk today from one of the like pediatric endocrinologists about just like teens starting like hormone,
Yeah.
and suppression, and it's and about people that will essentially go through puberty because they'll like start and stop, go through like different puberties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I really want to do, actually. I've been dreaming about being a pediatric endocrinologist for a long time, but getting into medical school is not easy.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I think about being like a laryngologist, but I'm like, I can't. This is already my second career, so I can't. I can't do it again. But yeah, it's really interesting.
Oh yeah. I tried a second career and then I went back to my first for a while, and now I just don't know what to do. It's like, now I'm on my third, I guess, being a YouTuber.
Always an option. Or TikTok, are you doing that at all?
I hate TikTok. No.
Yeah.
It's too much stimulation for me.
Agreed. And there's just something very, like, because it sort of loops, this, like, repetitive thing. I feel like I'm in, like, a weird Twilight Zone. Yeah, but, I mean, that's the attention span of people these days, so.
That's true, yeah. Well, I feel like I already went...
kind of perpetuating this thing, like...
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from that. I already deleted my Facebook.
Yeah. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I've also deleted mine. Yeah. And I don't miss it at all.
Yeah.
In fact, when people are like, I read this thing on Facebook, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I've read enough. But yeah. Happier. Okay. I'll send you some of these little W phrases to practice with and just think about the pitch, but also keep thinking about bringing it forward and making sure you're not paying attention to the tension, making sure it's not getting really tense. And if so, take a break, go back to the straw bubble. Well, that helps release some of it, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of tension, but I also feel like it's just, I have to make the muscles stronger to adapt to the new configuration. You know, but at least it's not as bad as it was, before the operation, for sure.
Yeah. There's gonna be some amount of, like, soreness, kind of when you're using, like, a new muscle group and muscle configuration, but it shouldn't be like, oh, I feel like I don't want to talk anymore because there's so much tension there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
May you be well, may you be blessed, may you be happy, may you be full of unconditional love for all beings, may you be fully enlightened. Aloha.